Dear Recruit Your Life Applications Officer, um, just a little bit more. I always got to do a part two to everything I do, but just a little bit more here. So obviously, getting back to what I was saying in part one, as a Christian, I'm totally against sexuality for fun. Um, Sexuality might be fun for married couples, but it is not supposed to be fun for those that are not, you know, married. Sex was created by God, so if you want to hate on God, then you need to leave his sexuality alone. There's no evolution for sex. Sex did not come from a big bang. Sex did not come from uh, um, any kind of discovery. The discovery was made in the Garden of Eden, and it was preached to those that were the people of God to populate their livelihood that way. And I've even heard atheists and evolutionists criticize, you know, the belief in the population of humanity. You can't add evolution, or you can't get scientific about that either. It is what it is. Okay. I want to say this. You shouldn't have to fight to be normal. I've noticed that this whole transgender gay thing is always a fight to be normal. And, I watch people struggle. I mean, actually struggle with the fact that they've chosen a road that doesn't have, cities, that doesn't have neighborhoods in it. It's just them out on the road looking for whatever comes running out of that forest, okay, to give them pleasure and call it relationship. Okay. That's what the gay life is like. Um it's not about love. It's trying to love. It's trying to find out what love is. It's trying to use something that you're comfortable with and call it love because you're comfortable with it, not because it really is love, not because it has any foundation, it has any history that gives it a foundation. It's just you trying to make, the world turn by, living this, crazy lifestyle, or having these crazy ideas about sex and portraying them. Okay. Life doesn't work that way. Now, you can be as gay as you want to be. You can tell yourself you're a man in a woman's body, or a woman in a man's body, all you want. Thing is, the fact that there are heterosexual people out there that are happy with the sex that they were born with, okay, debunks your whole preaching, your whole platform about you being any honest, sincere transgender person. Because if anybody had to go and get surgery to be a woman, and you know what I mean? So if you go and get surgery to make yourself into a woman, and you cutting yourself and putting silicone in yourself and taking parts off of other parts of your body and putting them in between your legs and all that, then how come this woman over here ain't got to do it? She a woman. She look more woman than you when she's obese. She look more woman than you when she ain't got no meat on her bones. She more woman than you in a paint suit. You dressing all up. She looked more a woman than you, okay, in a paint suit. You putting on the skirt and the high heels and all like that, and you can tell that you're a man because when you put on high heels, you done went from 7 to 8 feet tall. You know what I mean? All right, enough of that. But look, man, and God bless anybody that wakes up. And it's not that hard, but wake up and free yourself. Wake up and free yourself. There is no justification for the LGBTQ community. It just isn't. Okay? The only justification you get is, okay, go ahead. Go ahead and do that. If that's what you want to do. But other than that, there's no justification for it. Okay? You don't have to fight to be normal. If you're fighting to be normal, then you ain't normal. Okay? And these transgender people, they want to, and I think they're getting kicks out of this, when, because it's our government. It's not really the LGBTQ community that is forcing, this shrine on us, this religion on us. It is the government. It is the elite left that are pushing this agenda, and they don't care about gay people. It's an agenda to use gayism, to use racism, to use other forms of leftist politics to control us, to make us bow down to their false god, to their, communist, socialist agenda. Okay? They don't really care about gay people. Okay? If Joe Biden ain't gay, okay? Hunter Biden probably slept with some homosexuals. Okay? But that don't make him gay. It just make him, that just puts him in the agenda. That just, but gays love when, people go around like that whole spa ordeal where the women didn't, the women were okay with letting a pretty face walk in there and pretend to be a woman until that woman wasn't ashamed to show her pecker. Okay, and then it's like, okay, look here, dude. Get out, And if you can't get out, I'll get out. And I'll take my money back, and I don't blame them, okay? Transgender people should have their own Olympics. They should have their own bathroom. And when I say transgender people, I say even transgender women and transgender men should be separate. Transgender women should have their own. Transgender men should have their own. Because transgender women, putting them all in a box with transgender men, that doesn't work. Transgender women and transgender men should have their own, just like men have their own and women have their own. Okay, they should have their own Olympics. They should have their own bathrooms. Okay, but see, they don't want that because they want to convince us, okay, that they're women. You cannot convince me you're a woman. You cannot convince me. Once I know, you cannot convince me otherwise. Once I see something manly about you, you cannot convince me otherwise. Okay, you just can't. Okay, stop. Just stop. But, these LGBTQ people, they love when the government pushes the agenda on us Christians and everybody else that have a more moral, conclusion to this. Okay? They love when they push us because they like to play victim. They like to play victim. And they like to play victim because they know they're not going to go out there and get dates and get love and have orgasms and all the things that heterosexuals doing. A man can give, as I said in the last video, a man can give another man, okay, a 100%, now, yeah, sometimes I guess oral sex, depending on, the intent of the oral sex, you can have a really, really, really strong, crazy, a man can have a strong, crazy orgasm, okay? But again, a woman can give a man a great, a man can have great oral sex with his wife, okay? But only a woman, okay, and her love for her husband can give a man a a very that really hard, powerful orgasm that a man gets only from time spent having natural sex with a woman, especially if it's passionate and they're in love. There's that orgasm that men get that is that there's you can't get this in prison. You can't get this in prison by you can't get this from anal sex. You can't get this from what I'm saying, hand jobs. Okay, this only comes from sexual intercourse between a man and a woman that's in love. There's an orgasm, and I've had it before that I can't even right now as I think I can't even get it out of my head. The times that I remember when I had what I'm saying. What I'm saying, but you can't get it from being gay. Same thing with being lesbian. You can but when a woman is reaching her peak, okay, when a woman is having multiple orgasms and she reaches that peak to where she finds satisfaction in one setting, okay, you cannot imitate this as a lesbian. You can't get this from a dildo. Now, I'm not saying it takes a penis, but it takes, it does take more than just, there is, if you ask a woman, she'll tell you there is something about a penis. And a lot of times, even, and gay women, if they be honest, will admit it too, sometimes a woman wants a penis, even though she knows that she can get it from fingers and maybe even from, fellatio. Okay? She wants a penis. That is what will suffice. Okay? And I noticed that lesbians, you know how many lesbians get together and go out with their girlfriends and sleep with heterosexual males? Okay? And then come back and call themselves still lesbians? I mean, sometimes a girl will, if you see two women, now in porn, it could be, it's just sex. It's just, group sex. But in the real world, if you see two women sleep with the same guy together, it's usually a lesbian couple. Okay? This is why I don't have respect for the LGBTQ community, because there's no foundation, there's no spiritual power except the power of demons in this movement. It really is. And you can hate me all you want for saying it, but it is, the spirit of dumbness. And, and let me tell you something else. Women suffer from promiscuity more than men. This is the hallmark of marriage. Why do we get married in the first place? Because men and women are different. We don't get married to hook up with somebody that we're one with, that we have everything in common with. No. The whole point of marriage is that men and women are different. Marriage keeps men and women taking care of each other. Any man knows, let's say a woman marries DeRoy Cruz. Well, my height might have been an issue when we was dating. Once we get married, though, my height's not an issue anymore. Once you get married, there's no more competition. Okay? Once you get married, you know what I'm saying? And then there's, like a man. He might go out there and he might look at a lot of women, but he might find a woman that's going to love him back, and they get married. Okay? All them other women are not an issue anymore. Okay? They're just women that are looking and thinking, but ain't nothing happening. Okay? But women suffer from sexual promiscuity more than men. That is why men and women get married. And women, even lesbian women, look for protection and shielding from men. They never get past that. You're always going to wish and hope. I'm looking at lesbian women out here, you know what I mean? They playing boyfriend and girlfriend with the girls, but who's walking them to the bus stop at night? A man, okay? You know what I'm saying? Who do they trust? Who's you know what I'm saying? Who's coming to the house and doing things around the house that are mechanical? A man. Okay, most of the time it ain't the lesbian girlfriend, okay? Because the lesbian girlfriend got a man over her house too. Okay? It just isn't real. It's fictional. The whole LGBTQ thing is fictional. Okay? And that is why God in the Bible talks so harshly about it, because it's not relationships, it's not love, it's fiction. Some people love fiction and they fall in love with fiction, marry fiction. Some people are in the real world though. They're really in the real world, and they're learning how to live in the real world. And again, it's not gays, but it's the government and it's the elite left that is pushing this agenda. Gays just want love. But they know they've chosen a way to hurt them. They know and you know what? There's no gay person out there that's walking around gay and ain't embarrassed about it. Okay? Because all you got to do around a gay person is see them together or see them, acting gay or whatever, and just be like, okay, whatever that was, to just walk by me, okay, whatever. And I'm telling you, you'll see a reaction. Because one thing they don't like is the fact that it's never normal for everybody. And they're not really concerned that everybody should treat it as normal. They're more worried about the fact that no matter how everybody treats it, they can never feel normal because it's not normal. Transgender men and women don't feel normal. I don't care how great their sex is. 1 out of 500. Okay? I don't care how great the sex is. They struggle. They even commit suicide over the fact that they never ever will be normal again. And sometimes it's better to be normal than to get laid at all. A lot of times it's better to be normal and it's better to be moral than to get laid. It's better to be moral and normal than to get your preference. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, I go out there and I see beautiful women every day, and I'm just like any other man. I want the girl with the hot legs. But what if the one that's going to love me doesn't show her legs? I don't get to see her legs till we get married. That's a good thing. You know what I mean? I have faith in what them legs look like under that dress. Because the more modesty a woman practices, the more she's perceived as a woman of God, and the more that you can trust her to be modest about other things as well. But homosexuality is very immodest. I don't care how much clothes you put on. It's very, very immodest. Okay? There's just places where men don't go with other men. You can hug a man. You can even kiss a man. You can lay your head on a man's chest or whatever. Okay? But the gay thing with the man, that's fictional. That's not real. Okay? That's you making fiction out of what's supposed to be real. And the same thing with the lesbian thing. And I know especially for the women. Women, um, women, it's always an issue with a man when a woman's a lesbian. There is no lesbian out there that doesn't have an issue with men, whether it's her father, whether it's her ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, or the person that raped her or whatever. When it comes to women, it's because of an issue out there in the family or elsewhere that causes that one. And the same thing with the guys. Okay, I don't know too many guys that weren't gay by either molestation, okay, or something that happened to them, abuse, whether it was physical abuse of a father or mother or whatever. But there's always that element in there. If you go back and you ask these people, well, really, though, what provokes you? What drives you to be gay? Okay? What drives you to be gay is things that bothered you in life, and you found homosexuality as solace and a place to escape. Okay? And even not only homosexuality, but sexual promiscuity coming from both sides. It's all coming from that place of escape. Okay. In closing, let me say this real quick. I done forgot. I done forgot what I was gonna say. It didn't left my mind. But yeah, it didn't left my mind. Anyway, I might do a part 3, or I might throw it in another upcoming video. I think I said it. But while you are out there practicing sexual promiscuity and homosexuality and all these things, the world is full of people that are victimized by something. And they're not victimized by their own virginity. They're not victimized by, the church. Nice try, devil, but they're not victimized by the church. They're not victimized by relationships that are derived from the church. It doesn't happen. It does not happen. Okay? But everybody needs the Lord. Everybody needs the Lord. And when you know the Lord will deliver you. If he don't deliver you, then you're not saved. Okay? But, the whole reason why homosexuality is wrong, because there is, sex is not a multiple choice thing. Sex is one thing. Just like God, as I said before, is one. God is one thing. So is love, so is sex. Okay? And you say that you really, you feel that you have to be gay. But the truth of the matter is you don't have to be gay. Because, deciding that you want to do the right thing, okay, regardless of how you feel, is not a cop-out. It's a good moral excellence. It's a good moral attitude. It's good character. But going around here trying to get in something and then play the victim like you're a victim because who said anything wrong about you being gay? No, it's not that anybody said anything you offensive about being gay. It's just that you feel stupid about being gay. And so you want to hate on people. You're just waiting for somebody to say something because you feel stupid in the first place. You feel stupid about being gay. You feel stupid about being transgender. Come on, you do. There's no way that you can't. You have to. There's nobody going around here going, yeah, transgender. No, you're not. You're a liar. Okay? And that's all they do is they want to play the victim and they want to see people fight for them. Okay? And that's why they're always going to be Democrats. That's why they're always going to be left. That's why they're always going to be anti-God, or they're going to try to change what God is to something else to suit them. Okay? I'm done. D-Word Cruz, your life applications officer. Thank you for watching. More to come soon. I promise. God bless.